Hey, what's up, guys? It's B-Dog. Today I'm with two new people. This is Chris, and that's Cody. We just saw Blade Runner 2049.
The movie's amazing, man. Gotta go watch it.
So, Blade Runner, I'm sure most of you know what it is. Sequel to the 1982 movie with Harrison Ford. I've heard it's really good. Cody doesn't really like it.
No.
The way he described it is it's kind of a flawed masterpiece.
It's one of those things where you have to watch it a lot, and it's kind of like if you've got a wrong outlook on it. I shouldn't say wrong outlook. If your opinion, your perception on that movie is you just don't want to like it because of its flaws, and you're probably not going to like it. There are things about it that are redeeming, and there are some genuine things about it that are like not good. But in my opinion, the overall aesthetic and the way it looks and sounds and what Ridley Scott was going for makes it a great film.
That outweighed the good for the 1982 iteration of Blade Runner. The redeeming quality of the 1982 version was the visuals were completely revolutionary for its time, and sound effects and the music just totally matched up with the visuals, and they're just complementary. To me, that was the only redeeming factor.
Okay, I haven't seen it, unfortunately. They don't have it on Netflix, so, and I don't really have another way to watch it. But I'm going to start talking about the movie that we saw tonight. Basic plot is Ryan Gosling. He's a Blade Runner, which is a guy who hunts down replicants, which replicants are a sort of android they're grown to be slaves. That's basically it. I'm sure a lot of you know that because Blade Runner was pretty popular, and this movie has been getting a lot of attention. The way I can explain it without spoiling it. So
he finds some things out that lead to big discoveries, and then he has to go about them in his own way.
Start off, I found the general consensus is every single one, all three of us like this movie a lot. He's in love with it. He says it's his best movie that he's seen this year, and I'm gonna let you talk about it a little bit.
All right, well, it's probably one of the most visually pleasing movies I've ever seen, like, for real. And I've seen many movies. I don't know if I'd call myself a film critic, but I mean, like, I like to talk about movies a lot, and I've seen a lot of movies, and I like to talk about them. And that probably has to be the one where I don't want to say it looks the most realistic, but it blends so well with the world that Ridley Scott has created. And I don't know the name of the director off the top of my head. What's his name?
Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve.
Prisoners, Arrival, Enemy, Sicario. I looked it up just now because I want to figure out who he was. I know
many of the movies he makes, they're very, very, very good movies. I know they are amazing movies. So I guess you could say he's done it again with this movie. I'd probably say this is his best movie, though. I know Ridley Scott was a producer on it, and it's kind of obvious that he was, because if you've seen the first one and then you watch this one, it really looks like they took a trip back to the 80s and they made this movie like back during that time period. Just there's a character that is in Blade Runner. Character is back in Blade Runner 2049 for like 30 seconds, like 30 seconds to a minute tops. But this character that is in Blade Runner 2049 is like, it's so hard to tell that person. Like, they use some crazy like special effects makeup. They use some crazy nonsense to make that person look as if they just pulled that character out of Blade Runner and boom.
I tried to find a flaw in the look of that character. I couldn't find one. To this character, and they were like, you couldn't find a flaw.
Exactly.
They looked like what they looked like in the original movie. Like, crazy, yeah.
The acting, without going too much into it, acting is very, 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 very good. I like the big names in this movie: Jared Leto, Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford. Gosling is great, and then Jared Leto, method actor, he is very, very good in this movie. Some movies you can watch and you'll be like, okay, that's obvious, that's CGI. Like, watching this movie, there wasn't a scene where I was like, okay, that's CG. Like, it's CG, but it doesn't like look like it's CG. It's hard to explain. It looks so real. It looks like if we lived in the year 2049, walked outside, that's what it'd look like, if that makes sense.
This movie, acting was fantastic. Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford, who was the other one? Jared Leto. They all did fantastic performances. I'm really starting to like Jared Leto. I think he's got some excellent range, and he's got some really good talent. Because I liked him in Panic Room, and that's a completely different character than this one. Harrison Ford is a great actor, and then Ryan Gosling, he's starting to become an A-lister. So the movie was visually stunning. It was almost flawless in that way. Very bright, very colorful, but it did not seem out of place, like they said.
Well, the music score was very great too. I don't know, like,
Yes,
that was one
I
of the
agree.
best things for me about the Blade Runner 1. Like, I have on Spotify, I listen to like the Blade Runner 1 soundtrack. I don't know if maybe sound like a loser. Like, I listen to it almost every day. Not the entire thing, of course. I've got like 3 tracks I like from it. I'm gonna go, like, as soon as I can get hands on this, like, this second soundtrack for this movie, I am going to download that. I'm going to listen to that a lot. That's, you know, but very good soundtrack.
Philosophy, because he wanted to talk about that. I'll let you go, Cody.
All right, a lot of the movie revolved, or at least the culture that took place in Los Angeles in 2049, hypersexualized. In 2049, it just took it to like an entirely new level. Really, kind of revolved around the theme of what is real and what is fake. And a lot of the times that you would think that there was a like real moment between 2 characters, and then you just find out that it's completely fake. And that happens over and over and over again in the movie. The advertisements and what people will say really kind of reinforces that everything is just fake. It's really thought-provoking. It's really interesting. Afterwards, we all went to IHOP and we talked about it for like a solid 30 minutes.
We talked about the
just
entire
this
time that
topic.
we were there. He kept bringing it up. I completely agree with all that, the hypersexualization and also the philosophy. Not like for mainstream audiences, how this movie plays out, it's probably not the best way because
Requires you to pay attention and to be into the movie. If you're not interested into that movie, the first 20 to 25 minutes of that movie, then you're not gonna like it. Probably the average person will not like just be. It'll be like a Friday night and be like, what movie will I go see tonight? And it's like 3 hours, Blade Runner 2049. Let's do it. Most people will not do that unless they like sci-fi movies or like they really like Ryan Gosling.
it's brilliant storytelling by Denis Villeneuve and Ridley Scott.
What they said was a lot different than what you saw.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
What they say was, this is real, but then when you look at it, this is fake. And you kind of have to watch the movie to really kind of understand what I mean by that.
Yeah, this is one of those movies where it would be good to do a spoiler review, but I'm not going to because I don't have enough following for that to matter right now. So help me out. Subscribe.
Go ahead and click the notification bell icon.
Yep.
Hit that like
Pass
button.
me on. The camera work was pretty good. The cinematography and the writing, the script, and the dialogue, all that was pretty good. You know, I really can't find a flaw. He had something that was sort of a flaw, but he said it's more of an opinion choice.
Personally, my personal opinion, it would be a little bit better if it had like one like really not like super graphic, but like really intense fighting scene. And there was only like maybe
There's
like
3 or 4 fighting scenes.
3 or 4 fighting scenes throughout the entire movie, but I'm talking about like John Wick kind of stuff, because replicants, they're built to be slaves. Harder, they're faster, they're stronger, they have more endurance, all that. And in this movie, you have a bunch of replicants fighting each other, basically.
Well, you know, I think we talked about everything. The editing was really good too, also played into it, just like everything about this movie was fantastic. I'm going to go into the rating now. I'm going to have them go first.
A+.
A+.
Do you have any reasons? I mean, we talked about it, but just sum it up.
It was just like whenever there's a movie I really like, I'll like try to like deny bad things about it. Like when we went to go see it, like I've seen that movie 2 times, and like I've been trying to defend that movie for the longest time. But that movie does have flaws about it. There are a lot of things that are off about that movie. But then when I got done with this movie, though, there has to be something wrong about this movie. And I sat down, we all did, and we were like, okay, what's wrong with this movie? And we just sat there, and all we did was talk about how good it was. It was like
We couldn't.
And anything that we brought up was purely personal preference or just personal opinion. Nothing actually like objective about it.
As the head guy of this channel, I couldn't find one either. I'm probably going to talk to Alex, you guys know him, and he's going to tell me I'm a piece of crap, and he's going to be like, there's no way, even though he hasn't seen it yet, because that's how he is. You know him. You understand. So go make fun of him. But I couldn't find one. And I'm going to do something I never do. And Alex, he makes comments about it all the time, about how I never give films A+, but I have to. I have to give this film an A+. Just everything, you know, down from all the technical elements to the storytelling and the acting. Everybody just played it absolutely perfectly.
Bottom line, you like sci-fi movies, go see it. You like Ryan Gosling?
Bottom line, if you like movies, go watch it.
if you have nothing better to do and you have 3 hours of your time, go watch that movie. Even if you do have something better to do, go watch that movie.
If you gotta go care for your grandma, screw that. Go watch this movie.
Exactly.
Your grandma's not worth it. She'll be there by the time you get back. Hopefully.
Denis Villeneuve and Ridley Scott working together. I mean, Denis Villeneuve, I already think he's a brilliant storyteller. Well, that's it. Please like, comment what you thought of this video. Comment what you thought of the movie. Please talk to me about the movie. Please talk to me in the comment section. I'm a very lonely person. These two and Alex are my only friends. Kidding. But
Dumpster over there.
and then please subscribe. Okay, well, that's it. See you guys later. B-Dog out.